You know, this is kind of nice. We're here on the St. Mary's, and the key to walleye fishing is literally locating where the fish are. One of the best presentations you can use to find fish that are dispersed over a wide area is a worm harness. Gorgeous walleye. Look at, he's got good color, nice golden walleye.
Canadian Sport Fishing, brought to you in part by Rapala, premium fishing gear crafted from experience. Yamaha Outboards, reliability starts here. Sail, the outdoors superstore. Lucky Strike, all you need is a Lucky Strike.
All right, Barbara.
Yes.
What is it?
It's a
little bass. You know what? We don't even need the net. I thought you had a walleye.
I thought I did too.
Okay, just swing it around to this side of the boat, Barb.
Okay.
Well, you know, Matt told us that there would be a mix of fish here. So from walleye to panfish. You know, this is kind of nice. We're here on the St. Mary's. We had a nice run for about 45 minutes, and as you can see, it looks like we're on a lake. That's because the St. Mary's is a pretty big river. That's a nice, healthy little smallmouth. It's probably about 12 inches long, barely, and I'm guessing about a pound. But he's nice and healthy, so he's been feeding on bait fish. So the nice thing about fishing the St. Mary's here, there's so much water to fish. But what we're doing right now is actually fishing just off the main channel, and we're trying to work some structure breaks. So the same rocks that you see along the shoreline, huge rocks, big boulders, those extend back out into the channel, and they drop off of it about 18 feet. So Barb is using a bottom bouncer with a little spinning glow and a worm, and I'm going to try casting a crankbait, see if we can find those walleye. When it comes to fishing big waters where you have a strong current and a wind and a lot of structure and some of it dangerous, it's really important to have the right electronics. This Humminbird 998C GPS fish finder is very important. You can see on the right side of the screen that red circle that every once in a while flashes as the boat. That's our boat. All those squiggles that you see is the route that we've made. So on the left-hand side is the actual screen image of what we're going over. So you can see here that it's pretty well a smooth bottom, but we know that the rocks are very close. So we're right on the edge of the structure. So we're keeping our weight close to the bottom and our worm harness spinning just off of there. That dark green image that you see in the center of the screen is actually a reef. And you can see the reef sticking out of the water with the current and the waves breaking over it. Very dangerous. So what we want to do is fish the edge right where it comes up from about 20 to about 12 feet, but we want to stay off it. And of course, if we hook a fish, then we have to maneuver the boat and make sure that we miss it so we don't go off it. But it's structure like this that can be dangerous, which really can produce a lot of fish. You know, it really pays when you're fishing unfamiliar waters to work with good guides. And we've got Matt and Aaron today working with us. And when you're dealing with such big waters like here on the St. Mary's, it's the locals that really know, you know, with years of experience of where the fish actually lay. There's so many drop-offs and structure points in the river. This is an interesting spot because we went close to shore and there was nice weeds growing in about 10 feet of water. They said that some of the best areas to work the harnesses is in the deeper water. So that's what we did. We got that fish in about 15, 16 feet. It's not a monster walleye, but you know what? He'd be a good eating size. And the key to walleye fishing is literally locating where the fish are. And then it's a matter of working to try to get some of the bigger fish. This guy was kind of aggressive because he's actually hooked on the front hook barb. And there's 2 small bait holder hooks on there, which are perfect because they'll actually stick into a fish pretty good. Nice walleye for starters. Gonna get him back in the net. Let him revive a little bit because I talked a little bit while he was out of the water. Barb, the walleye take on the color of the water they're in. So you know how we fish the Detroit River? And
Yes.
the water is so murky?
Yes.
A lot of the walleye will be almost like a milk color. Here the water is a little bit of a light color, but it's very clear. So I think these fish probably live a lot in deeper water where it's rocky. You can see he's getting his energy back. He should be taking off any moment now. His color's coming back. That's one thing that you can tell when you're handling a fish. Usually if they're under stress, they'll start turning a little bit pale. See how you can see the little stripes on his back, Bart?
Yes, I
I'm
can.
just gonna make sure he's fine for the release. And look, there he goes. You know, for years we've been working with Lucky Strike, and one thing that I've seen is really the evolution of fishing nets. Now this particular net is actually called the basket net because the actual deep part of the net has been cut off, so it's flat here. The nice thing about it is when you get a fish in there, because it's flat, the fish don't thrash as much. And also when you try to release them, because the net is shallow, they swim out easily. But the net is deep enough so that a large fish can't come out.
Naviglue, the ultimate boat shelter system. Sport fishing sweepstakes.
We were bar fishing and sitting in the chair and the rod went over. Fish bit really hard and it pulled the rod pretty much right out of the rod holder. I jumped out of the chair and the fight lasted for about half an hour. 5 foot 8 inches long, big fish, and it was about, we think, roughly 200 to 250 pounds, big fish. My dad taught me almost everything I know about fishing.
We'd love to hear your fishing story. Go to our website and enter the Naviglue Sport Fishing Sweepstakes. You could win some great prizes.